Hello there. So you can probably guess from the title of this video that I'm going to have a costume exhibit at this Orlando attraction called Earth Illuminated. And a lot of this wasn't properly documented. It just happened so fast. And now here we are. So a lot of my friends have been going to this place called Earth Illuminated, and I saw pictures from them. And I kind of looked up this place, and I saw that they had a cosplay exhibit some time ago at another state. And I thought to myself,
So what if I have a costume exhibit here and it's gonna look so pretty here?
so one of the things I really pitched to them when I was like pitching my idea of like, hey, I would love to have an exhibit here, is that I really threw out the fact that in the past I have been on display before, and I'm really big into storytelling and theming, themed experience, if you will. That's not my degree; it's my friend's degree. Really, I should like switch degrees to that because like I am so good at it. Not really. And this place really offers that themed experience, and I think my costumes would look really good there, um, elevating each other through storytelling and lighting and design, and I'm all for that. And now here we are. I will have a costume exhibit at Earth Illuminated, and we gotta go. We gotta do it. So let's go. So, Earth Illuminated is a family owned business, and I met up with all of them to walk through the place together and learn about their intention. The story's pretty neat. It's a view of our Earth through the lens of an outsider. There's more to that, but I generalized. I happen to have a couple of the costume pieces with me, so I dressed up the mannequins that we do have, and so we can get a quick feel of the space and learn how the framing would look. Yeah, the lighting looks really good too. And with the lighting changes on her, everything happened so efficiently. That same day, we planned out the logistics of the exhibit and decided to shoot some promos. After that, Madeline and Mercedes were basically my go tos for information, and now it is time for shooting day. On this day, we recorded me setting up the same costumes, and it was pretty nerve wracking because I usually dress up a real person, or I share that dressing up experience with only my friends. So having that bubble be expanded was a strange feeling, especially while on camera. I also wore a wig this day because honestly, my real hair and forehead combo ain't it. And I knew that I would be doing a little bit of promo shots in an interview afterwards with me in it. And I'm not used to interviews without playing a character, like my old job where I used to portray cartoon characters for like a decade. But Maddie and Mercedes told me that I did great, so I guess I did great. I'm a local cosplayer and designer. What's this on?
That was perfect. That was perfect. That was perfect.
I'll be like, I like pretty things. After a media event and some promos, what's left is planning out what looks I want on display and how I'm going to do it. Which is pretty easy because when I first walked through the attraction, I knew exactly what I wanted. It's more of a, but does it work? And now it's time to fast forward to setting up the costumes. So for setting up, I have my friends Faye Crafts and Colleen help me. And I usually only have my close friends help me with my stuff because they have the experiences that I know I can trust them with. And also I can pay them back in boba. And also we're crazy.
Here we see Dewey in his natural habitats, caressing the strength, the strength. That's at least a 10 in the D&D. Oh Jesus! Oh God, we've decapitated her.
Oh, see all these signs?
Yes.
My fingers stuck.
Oh,
It's stuck.
would you like me to stop recording?
No, it's good.
Okay. Do you need assistance? Okay. Okay. Oh Jesus. She's good. Okay.
When choosing my costumes, I picked the ones that I know would elevate the environment that they're in. So with Isabella, which is this lavender dress, I designed it with really princess-like intentions and just absolutely covered her in flowers. So I placed this one next to the chandelier because I think it really gives off this perfectly perfect energy, or simply just great feng shui. Faye Crafts is putting together Ella from Cinderella, and that one is going to go across from Isabella. Ella is covered in butterfly embroideries on the skirt, and there's a few butterflies scattered on the collar. So I had her next to the giant butterfly that's you can't really see, it's off screen here. It's a much more dimmer lit area, but I think the simplicity of the dress works well across from Isabella, which is full of texture. And this dress you're going to see me working on is my Barbie dress inspired by Princess and the Pauper, Princess Annalise actually, and it's full of floral-like texture and covered in butterflies. So I have it as the first costume you see in the exhibit. So when you walk in, it transitions into the garden scene with the butterflies, and the structure or silhouette of this dress is also a great transition to Isabella's more free-flowing look. This particular colorful scene is inspired by water, and it really shimmers and it's really pretty. And the background material resembles like sequins. So I decided to put my Haku from Spirited Away here because my costume is also covered in sequins and crystals. And I think that the lily pads are a great addition to frame the whole costume. What's also great is that on my costume, I recreated a painting, and I think it's called The Great Wave of Kanagawa. And next to Haku is a bigger painting or picture painted by Mercedes. And I think it's just a good transition from like, here's a painting on a costume, now here's a painting next to it. And to finish out and to balance the whimsy and the colors of the area, I had Faye Crafts work on Sugar Plum Fairy, which would be placed in front of the painting. Just, I think it would look really well there, just something whimsy to finish it out. After dressing about 5 mannequins for the scene we just did with Haku in the garden scene, we move on to a later part where there's this really decayed and ominous background, and I think it would look really good with the Evil Queen standing there. We had to play around with the placement just a little bit because of the lighting, but we made it work. I also had to put a black drape on the mannequin because I didn't have the pants on me that would go with this costume, and we gotta hide some bits. And to finish out the exhibit, we have the biggest and heaviest costume.
You and all of your broken pieces are still beautiful.
And amazing.
Who did this?
Same thing, but
Honestly,
mannequin here.
and they're really symmetrical. I was very impressed.
I feel like this by itself is a look. It's giving. I don't know what it's giving, but it's giving something.
Like Isabella and Haku from the earlier scenes, I think this one's also really immersive and one of the best ones, thanks to the contemporary street designs with the lighting, mixed with the punk fashion design of Cruella.
This is gonna be a second of me just standing here like this.
I really couldn't do this without the help of my friends. I mean, I could, but it would take a lot longer, and I would very much like to share my experiences and happy memories with them. I can also do most things by myself, but through the years, I learned to simply ask for help when it's needed or help could be used. I also realized that whenever I say I'm excited for things such as this, I can sound pretty monotone and my reaction can come off as pretty monotone. And I think it's because like, the harshness of reality really combats the happy moments, and it produces like a monotone result out of me. But it's truly exciting, and I can't wait to share it with people, especially when this is something that's probably not common to like the everyday person. And yeah, this is pretty cool. After setting up, we went for a walkthrough just to make sure that the framing is right with everything, even with our phones, and try to see what attendees would see for the first time if they were to see it. So here's my friend pretending to react for the first time. Does it look good there? I think this one's like the best immersive one.
Yeah. Cause like you turn the corner and you're like,
You're like,
what's that?
What?
Oh my god.
It just takes up the whole Exactly.
Wow. Oh my god. Why are you like this?
Before our final looks and reveal, here's a quick intermission of my friends being silly and thinking that they're not in my shot. I'm getting all of this. Thank you so much for joining our adventures. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more shenanigans.
This is the skirt that I want to like.
Oh, I've been under there before. It's real great.
Little pet. Hello, welcome to my home.
Oh my gosh, it's so nice.